Okay, Coach, go ahead.
Really proud of every man in the locker room, regardless of role, player, coach, support personnel, equipment, training staff, etc. It took everyone today. Just love the fight of the group. It was very necessary, man. Victory is sweet. It's been a month or so for us, so we've been through some adversity, but there's growth in the midst of that, and hopefully, these negative experiences can galvanize us, man, and strengthen us as we move forward. We got some big battles that lie ahead, man, but today we're humbled and honored to be AFC North champs. When we started this journey on July 20th, that was the initial goal, and then we go from there. So it's good to be at this point and good to push forward. Can't say enough about the guys. We're far from perfect. Our warts are well documented. I'm sure you guys will continue to chop those up, and we'll continue to work on them in the effort to get better and increase our chances of winning each and every time out. Not a lot to speak of from an injury standpoint, thankfully, man. We've struggled with that in recent weeks, and hopefully we start to get some of these guys back. It was good to get James Conner back today, for example. Questions? Jerry Dulac?
Hey, Mike, how did a team turn it around so dramatically from one half to the second?
We missed on some opportunities in the first half. I don't know if it was that dramatic. It's a fine line between, drinking wine and squashing grapes, as we say in this business, and sometimes it's very subtle. And so we didn't change drastically in terms of our approach, in terms of what we were doing. We just acknowledged that we had some opportunities we didn't make, and we needed to make more plays in the second half in all three phases, and that's the mentality that we took the field with. Dejan Kovacevic.
Mike, what went into the thinking to start throwing the ball downfield in the second half?
We threw the ball downfield in the first half. We just missed on some connects. Will Graves.
Mike, the ability to go downfield, that one play to Deontay, what does that speak to him about his abilities? He's had his struggles lately to hold on to the ball, to make that catch, and for Ben to sort of make that play.
We've all had our struggles of late, and so none of us are removed from that. This is a fighter's business. This is a competitor's business, and I expect all to compete and to smile in the face of adversity, and he did. Joe Rudder.
Yeah, Mike, how big of it was for your defense to hold them there after the fourth down stop at the goal line and to get the ball back quickly?
That's why we went for it on fourth down. We had a lot of confidence in our defense's ability to leave them down there. Now, that's easier said than done. I appreciate their efforts in terms of making that real. Brooke Pryor.
Yeah, Mike, can you speak to Ben Roethlisberger's turnaround from the first to the second half? It just looked like he was more in sync and just clicking more there in the second half with the offense.
I've been watching Ben like you guys have for 17 years, man. Half a play is not going to define him. He's a competitor. And as long as there's time on the clock, he's going to keep coming at you. Mark Caboli.
Hey, Mike, just could you tell us about the locker room? How big of a celebration, if any, was there in there after the North Division Championship?
We're excited about the hats and T-shirts, man. We've been waiting to put them on for a few weeks now. And so, it's a lot of excitement in there, and rightfully so, man. They've earned that. Tim Benz.
How much did Connor help you in the second half there? I know he wasn't in the goal line sequence prior to getting into the game, more later in the third and fourth quarter. How much did he help your offense down the stretch?
He was no question, he brought an energy and an intensity and a demeanor that was contagious. But he always brings that. That's consistent with who he is. He just hadn't been very available of late. Mike Pursuta.
Mike, it was reported by CBS at halftime that you thought there were chunk plays available in the first half that were not converted. Was there anything?
Correct.
Was there anything consistent with that? And why were you able to convert them in the second half?
We played better. We got open more. We made better throws. We protected better, or what have you. It's all a collective. We thought some chunk plays were there. We didn't necessarily get them or capitalize on them, but that wasn't going to stop us. We weren't going to be deterred, and it was a critical component in terms of us getting back in the game. You're not going to get back in the game 3 yards at a time when you're down the way we were down, particularly after we gave up a field goal to start the second half.
Mark Camoli.
Mike, you're pretty much locked into the 3 seed, maybe the 2 seed. What goes into the decision next week of who you play and how long you play? And is there something to just keeping the momentum going?
We'll ponder those possibilities in the morning. Tonight, we're going to wear our hats and T-shirts.
Jenna Harner.
Mike, what does what this team was able to do in the second half say about where you guys want to go moving forward here?
I think we're going to write that story. We're not trying to say anything. We're trying to win football games because that's our business. And so that story is going to be written as we go forward.
All right. Thanks, Coach.